are collapsed. And then as a result, people, they don't know what to do. As we speak now, COO will know very well that there is a war about water everywhere in the country. In fact, we are regressing. We are not progressing. There's no water in the country. When we wake up in the morning, we are getting calls, we are getting WhatsApp, we are getting SMSs. People are saying they are fighting over water because water tanks are also servicing certain section of people in wards. The other sections are not serviced. So it's the total collapse of municipality. So now SALGA as an institution who's supposed to provide all the support. They are telling us, no, in fact, we have problems as SALGA as well, as per the presentation. I just want to know, how are you going to turn things around as SALGA, as the institution who have a mandate to ensure that things are improved in terms of municipalities? Secondly, Chair, you are also telling us here in your presentation, COO, that one of your constitutional role and mandate is to regulate the relationship between its members and their employees within the meaning of Section 213 of the Labor Relations Act 66 of 1995 as amended. Chair, if you remember very well, there's a long outstanding issue of a bargaining council, which SALGA is part of it. Each time we raise this thing here in the portfolio committee when SALGA is here, it's clear that there's no one having appetite to resolve that issue, which is happening in the bargaining council called SALGA Bargaining Council. And we are told here, there's an act that we need to ensure is taking place. But there is a huge problem in that bargaining council. And even SALGA does not have any appetite to resolve that problem, while the workers are not protected by the same labor law that is cited here. So I really don't know, how must we move forward with the issues? Because we raise issues here, not because we want to raise for sake of raising issues, but we raise issues because we want to be resolved. We can't have a situation where workers are crying foul day in, day out because of one person. And there's not even a single moment whereby SALGA said, no, as we are also here as part of SALGA together with unions, but us as SALGA, we need to resolve this issue. Let us fight corruption here. Let us fight and then take issues by issues that are raised. I'm really confused about the role of SALGA as a chairperson. And then now, on the slides that the CEO was also talking about, said there will be a direct support on financial support, or there'll be a multidisciplinary support, and then it includes the financial support. But in some of the slides, the presentation also told us that no, they are complaining that resources that is distributed to them, is given to them, to SALGA, is not going to be enough to carry all these things that they are telling us here, to lobby, advocate, and present local government at a relevant structures and platform. So now, how are you going to be able to ensure what you present here is going to take place this side, and to rescue the local government with all, because we do understand that is not one factor or is one problem, with all problems that the local government is experiencing. Thank you very much, Chair.
Very much, Honorable Bruce.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, colleagues, and thank you very much to SALGA for the presentation. Chair, I'm partly covered by Honorable Mkalipi, and I will not be repeating what she said. Mine is more or less in the same angle, because, Chair, I want to understand when Lance, mentioned the fact that they are also having challenges and that they are that they are working together. I want to understand, working together in putting together your annual performance plan, is there a platform, I want to understand, where all the departments that are now coming to us in presenting their APPs, is there a platform that they create where they all get together in order to find a solution that actually works for municipalities that are struggling. Yesterday, I repeatedly asked the question about the identification of the 22, dysfunctional municipalities, irrespective of the 66. Now, so when one department, say for instance, like DCOC, identifies the 22, and they put together a municipal support intervention plan, I want to know, how do they then go about in putting together a plan that incorporates all the different sectors like SALGA, like MISA, everyone else? Is there a session where they sit for a day or two or more, where they say, okay, this is what we are going to do in terms of the 22, these are the plans. This is the recovery rescue plan. This is what we are going to do if our plans that we are putting forward is not succeeding within the next month or 2 or 3. I also want to understand what happens in between the time that they see that nothing is happening. When a municipality is given, for instance, a recovery plan, and they don't implement that plan, do we wait until the next reporting schedule before it comes back to this committee or wherever it must be accounted to intervene? I think if we have, if there's more activity around these plans other than presenting it to us, maybe there will be changes that can actually be visible through, but I don't see any of that. The collaboration and the working together and not working in silos, it's mentioned, it's said, but I want to understand, Chair, and to the colleagues in SALGA, what is it that you actually do when it comes to working together as all stakeholders in this quest of wanting to change the landscape of municipalities and the state of municipalities in this country? That is all that I can ask for now. Any other question is actually irrelevant, because it's the same repetitive questions that we forever ask, but we get the same responses, the same actions. And as Honorable Kalipi says, now we are being asked, okay, we don't have enough resources. Financially, we need more money to execute these plans. But when we come back and you report again on your targets and indicators, it's the same story. And it makes this exercise futile for many of us. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Mbumza.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning to you, Chair, the SALGA Deputy Chairpersonship, and the acting CEO. My share is that is that in the slide on causative factors to the state of local government, wherein SALGA is providing a multi-layered support to ensure that municipalities are actually effective and efficient in the performance of their constitutional and legal duties. SALGA indicates that it intends enhancing its operating model to address its inadequate influence and to bring about the necessary change to improve the image of local government. What will this enhancement entail in practical terms, Chair? In the presentation yesterday by Cooperative, in its 2022-23 annual plans, Cooperative has indicated that it is intending assisting National Treasury in finalizing and assisting National Treasury to actually bail ESCOM from its 400 billion debt. This they will do by actually assisting ESCOM by revoking the supply licenses to municipalities who are actually not honoring their payment agreements in relation to their debt. What will be, or what is the position of SALGA in this particular matter? Would like Chair to clearly understand. At the same time, Chair, the SALGA is intending to look at its inadequate influence so that it would have a better outcome of a SALGA with an agile influence over local government. But when you look at that particular slide, more focusing on ensuring that through a multidisciplinary support. But you look at this support being looked at a multi-layered focus area. And then my understanding is that in order to achieve your aim, you have to pursue one great decisive aim with force and determination. But looking now at this broad approach, does SALGA really think that it will actually, in the end, given its meager resource financing, will it ever achieve this outcome of an agile, of a SALGA with such an agile influence that would turn around situation in municipalities? And looking at the causative factors, particularly in local government, that these factors that are determining the weak state of local government, whether you talk governance, whether you talk finances, the key issue dominant here that is bringing a malaise to local government is the political toxicity in municipalities. Does SALGA think that this particular model they are bringing in now in this financial year would actually address the quagmire in the local government, that of political infighting and instability being a predeterminant factor in dominating, other than looking at addressing this matter through political parties that had sent councillors to municipalities? Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Irebo. Unmute.
Oh,
Can
my
you-
apologies. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Can I please switch off my video due to the connectivity on my side?
No, it's fine.
Greetings to members and all the officials who are part of our meeting. Chair, looking at the presentation of SALGA, and one is looking at the SALGA programs for delivery for this APP, which shows many progressive programs that has capacity to turn things around. However, it is so unfortunate that the reality of our municipality is opposite to what SALGA is presenting. Our municipalities are collapsing on a daily basis. And I've also noted some of the challenges that SALGA has highlighted regarding municipalities, of which most of them have been there for years And SALGA has been raising those matters for many years now. So I would like to check with SALGA that in terms of the new IPP that they've just presented today, is there any form or level of confidence that SALGA can guarantee us on improving the current state of the municipality? For instance, we have about 64 municipalities that are hotspot. Maybe we should agree that for us to see tangible results, maybe SALGA should also give us time frame to say, on this 64 municipality, we can target 10 municipalities for this financial year, work on this municipality so that when we come next year to do the presentation, we're able to measure our progress in terms of these municipalities. If you have 64 municipalities, we work on 10, and next year at the end of the term, then they give us result as to have they managed to assist those municipalities or have they not managed to assist those municipalities, and what were the challenges, so that at least we're able to measure ourselves going forward. And secondly, they have raised issues regarding the resources, of which I understand the issue of the resources has been a challenge for all our entities in government. But I know that there are municipalities who are contributing to SALGA. So I want to check with them, is there any municipalities that owes them? And if those municipalities, if there is municipalities that are owing SALGA, is there any arrangement made with those particular municipalities in order for them to pay? If yes, does it work? If not, why are they not having that particular arrangement? Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Can we now turn to SALGA? Get some responses. Over to you, SALGA.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes.
And we really appreciate the questions by honorable members with regards to our presentation. I think, Chair, there are a set of issues that we would like to share with you. Firstly, the challenges in municipalities and the political toxicity that Honorable Mpumza spoke about is beyond SALGA's comprehension. The challenge there are the political parties themselves and the political will of the leadership to resolve such issues at a municipal level. And those matters, we are engaging with them, but also over and above that is the challenge of coalition governance in municipalities. For us, Chair, the best option would be to have that arrangement regulated as opposed to the bargaining and that takes place as and when there is a need for change in the leadership. And that creates a lot of instability. The second thing is the financing of local government. And the expectation that with the amount that we get as municipalities, there is an expectation that will reticulate water and electricity to communities. But there are situations where communities are not able to pay. And that government departments as well, they are not paying municipalities, and in turn, municipalities are expected to pay ESCOM. So those are the issues that we are faced with. Our role in terms of capacitation of municipalities is an ongoing responsibility that we're undertaking, Chair. So I felt I should raise some of these issues. Lance will respond to some. Thanks.
No, thank you very much, Chairperson, and really appreciating the contributions that are coming from members. In responding as adding to what Deputy President Phakathi has indicated, I'll just go with the flow as they were raised, and other colleagues from SALGA could add. The first one that Honorable Kalipe is raising that relates to the capacity building mandate of SALGA, and the fact that SALGA continues to raise weaknesses around political and administrative leadership, though it has a mandate to respond thereto. Our response, the chairperson, goes back to the assessment we did in the last term of office prior to the elections in 2021. And that assessment showed us, and we can present the detail to the committee of the work SALGA has done in building the capacity of councillors over the 5-year period. And one thing we raised quite sharply leading up to the elections, when political parties were still going through the process of identifying candidates that will run for the elections, both as PR and as ward councillors. SALGA was at the forefront of saying to political parties, core to the problem that we have in municipalities is lack of leadership. As SALGA, we have tried to develop that leadership. But can we ask political parties to send the right candidates so that when municipal